Thank you, Lord Mayor. And it seems that we could have agreement in the chamber that we're going to reject this, but unfortunately, at the end of the conversation, probably be further apart. And one of the things that I would like to impress upon Council is the necessity of to have equal rights, of equal citizenship and equal laws for everybody within the city. And I can see why there would be such passionate divisions in this. I, for one, am unashamedly pro-life. I believe that life begins at inception and that it's a wee baby in the mother's womb. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a man. The impression given by Council a wee bit tonight is that girls would generally and females would generally be against my opinion, and that's not necessarily the case. There are many females who share my opinion. And if you take my point of view that it is a baby, a defenceless baby, then you'll go above and beyond to protect that life, that vulnerable life that's held within the womb. And that's why it's so passionate. I actually will take a point. Who said that? Yeah.
Thanks, and I appreciate you taking a point because I think that's an important part of debate in here. And I appreciate that there's women who will share your position. I don't. I'm not one of them. But those women may not also share your position on graphic imagery, or those that other people in this chamber who disagree with me on that. Because those women, like me, may have experienced medical miscarriage and may have been forced to take the abortion pill, but not because they wanted to, because their body needed them to. And I don't think I or any of those women need to be subjected to the images that we continue to see in the city centre day and daily.
Okay, thank you. And one of the main cases for abortion is we can have cases of rape and other incest and other examples given to us, but by and large society is deteriorating to the point where abortion quite often today is a case of birth control. And we have to say that that's quite often the case. And I, for one, who do believe that a baby's life begins in the womb, advocate for defending that and promoting the truth as best as we can. Now, this is far-reaching and expands into other things, and you can get into a configuration of rights. You can fight with other people about rights, and Councillor Murray has made some good points about some of the abuse that they suffer on Pride. And I can also say that on Pride Day, I've seen T-shirts in Belfast where they say Jesus is a fag, and that's grossly offensive, and you can get into that tit for tat. And what I don't want is laws that are perceived to be solely against Christians in the city and their right of freedom of religion. If there's going to be laws in the city, then it has to be bilateral laws for everybody, equal citizenship. And Councillor Grugan was right when she said we were close. I was at the meeting, the same meeting with her, and the Free Presbyterian Church and a lot of the major evangelicals in the city were there saying that there should probably be a limit to the decibels. I also think that 70 is far too low, given that it can be the starting tone of an office, for example. So we don't think it's right. I think it's too ambiguous, where we don't have enough detail on it, and I think we're drifting far from it. But unfortunately, it's a delicate conversation. But what I'm concerned is that we're singling a section of the community and not introducing laws that can be introduced universally.
Remember, take a point.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. The member agreed courteously to take a point. He's sitting down because I've raised the point. He's a good. Is that?
Can we just let members speak, please?
Could I get an opinion on that? Is someone in the midst of my speaking saying, Jesus, will you just make the point? Is that appropriate for this chamber?
Can you just make the point, please?
Well, I would like further advice on that. The brother is a good brother, Orange man, so like me, he'll believe in civil and religious liberties for all. Does he agree that it was Christianity that helped to shape the very city that we're in, and that it ought to be protected and promoted and cherished by this council? Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman McCulloch. And what I would say is the motto of Belfast City Hall, Pro tanto quid ret rebamus, is taken from the Psalms, and it means, what have you got that you have not received? So we've had it passed down to us, and there's a rich Christian heritage in the city, and it can be a force for good, and I think it should be protected as a matter of freedom of speech. Thank you.